Weird, like the black sneaker shoes. They got white soles on the bottom.
Now, when you have that, you've got like the.
What's up, dogs?
It's up instructions like,
Can't open up.
and I got, so the floors were on in the phantom pages in the west side.
I used to get like, was it like
Good evening, everyone. The 579th meeting of the Planning Board of the Village of Depew will come to order. Would everybody please rise for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have the roll call, please?
Member Soha,
Here.
Member Fedorovich, Member Matuzek,
here?
Member Spencer,
Present.
Chairman Maciejewski.
Here. We have the notification of the emergency exits, please.
The emergency exits are located to my left and to the rear of the room. In the event of an alarm or emergency, please move in an orderly fashion to the exits and evacuate the building.
Thank you. We have 4 items on the agenda for tonight. The first item is for the property located at 0 Broadway Street, 0 Elizabeth, and 0 Victoria Boulevard. Could we have the legal notice, please?
Please take notice that the Village of Depew Planning Board will hold a meeting on Thursday, July 2nd, 2026 at 7 p.m. Pre-board meeting begins at 6:30 p.m. in the conference room in the council chambers of the municipal building, 85 Manitou Street, Depew, New York, to consider the following applications: 0 Broadway Street, 0 Elizabeth, and 0 Victoria Boulevard. Application submitted by James Bodeker, of the second of NED New Energy Solar 17 LLC for properties located at 0 Broadway Street, SBL number 103.19-1-16, 0 Elizabeth, SBL number 103.19-1-23, 103.19-1-22, 103.19-1-21, 103.19-1-20, and 0 Victoria Boulevard, SBL number 103.19-1-19. Depew, New York. He is requesting the following site plan approval for the installation of a ground-mounted solar energy array situated on a closed landfill.
Thank you. Who's here representing the project? If you could come up to the podium, please. For the record, state your name and relationship to the project and provide the board with an overview.
My name is Jim Bodecker from National Energy Development, which is the project developer for the project company that was mentioned in the previous. Just to kind of go over some high-level notes here on the project. Obviously, it's on Broadway. It's the third phase of the landfill solar projects. Broadway 1, as we call it, is operational. Broadway 2 is under construction and should be operational towards the end of this year. And Broadway 3, we're hoping to put a shovel in the ground probably towards the end of this year, depending on how the weather goes. Property is currently owned by the Village of Depew. We will be purchasing that property from the Village of Depew. The contract is in the hands of the village attorney, Mr. Elbow, over there. It's about 17 acres, give or take. It'll be developed by National Energy Development in conjunction with New Energy Equity. It's the same partnership that we did on Phase 1 and Phase 2. Obviously, being the third time around, we've learned some things from the first two, and each one gets a little bit easier and more efficient as we go. The project in comparison, it's 4.4 megawatts AC. Broadway 1 was 5 megawatts, and Broadway 2 was 3.25, just from a comparison standpoint to talk about. The utility, we are through our utility study with NYSEG. Full construction payments have been made, so we're ready to go there. Construction completion date, we're looking at October, November, give or take, Q3, Q4 of 2027. Some items I handed out at the pre-meeting was just kind of an overview with some technical information, which Armina Wood is here for a technical standpoint. Our attorney Jeff Palumbo is also here for any potential legal permitting questions along that. I won't read this verbatim, but everybody's got a copy here of a synopsis. Everything else in this thing that I've handed out here, we have the taxes that the project will generate. Now, the taxes will come from two different sources. There will be real property taxes after we purchase the property, obviously just like any other property in the world. And also the solar array generates taxes for the community, and those are calculated by the New York State calculator for solar renewable energy. That's why we're able to forecast them right here for the next 25 years. Those will come out to about $270,000, and then the property taxes obviously will factor in as we go through the process. Due diligence, obviously we have to follow all the rules and regulations that went through Broadway 1 and Broadway 2 with the DEC and the site plans and the cap and all those types of things, so we'll be following all that. There's no batteries in the project. I always like to point that out because that seems to be a topic. No batteries there, and obviously we'll discuss everything with the code enforcement officers along with the fire department for any input that they might have on our site plan, and willing to have conversations with that like we did on the first two as well. Decommissioning, that's a topic that usually comes up when I'm in these situations, or presentations, I should say. We will post a bond, predetermined, or I should say to be determined amount for the project to be decommissioned. If anything were to happen, the village would own or hold that bond. Should something happen to the project company, the village would be able to return the property to its current state at no expense to taxpayers, obviously. Operations and maintenance, we monitor the project remotely. The grass is cut regularly. If it needs to be cut a little bit more than that, then we're happy to oblige. And then obviously snow removal is a topic as well around here, which we'll come to an agreement on whatever inches of snow is required for snow removal at that point. The other thing I handed out actually in here is the site plan, just kind of a refresher there. And then also from NYSEG is the construction schedule for the utility work that will be done at the road for us to energize the system once it's complete. That's pretty much a synopsis of the project, and we're here to answer any questions, comments, concerns that might come up.
So your initial comments, you said you've learned a lot from phase 1, phase 2.
Sure.
Anything with this phase 3 as far as changing your construction, your whole construction process from start to finish as compared to phase 1 or 2?
I think from a construction process standpoint, not particularly. I think we're just a little bit more efficient. Montante is building phase 2. We're very happy with them because they changed, as you can see, between phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1, there was concrete ballast poured on site. Obviously, we can't penetrate the cap. For phase 2, they're baskets with rocks, which one, look a little bit better, and 2, also help with water at the site and whatnot. But that, I think that would probably be the biggest change or lesson, let's call it.
Okay.
I mean, the first thing was fine, but I think the second one's better.
Very good. Is there any questions from the board members? Anything? Okay, we'll move on to legal. Sam?
So I just want to highlight something that came up in the pre-board meeting. Is it your position that we don't need to do a seeker review in this project?
I bring him for a reason.
Hello, young man, what's your name?
My name is Jeff Palumbo with the law firm of Block Longo. Nice to see you all. Yes, as we indicated in the project introduction, because this project involves less than 25 acres, it's considered to be a type 2 action, and therefore no further seeker would be required.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
One more question. Do you have, the village currently holds title to this. Do you have authority from the village to be here tonight?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, we do.
Okay, go on to code enforcement. Don, take.
Just as a couple things we talked about in pre-board, obviously we don't want the grass at 36 inches, so we would request that to be cut by 10 inches, which is the local and state limit.
Okay.
There was talk in the meeting of getting maybe a yard hydrant or something back there to help in case, that's a long way from Broadway, event there was something on the backside.
So that question, we're talking about, so like, phase 3 is right by the road, it's very similar to phase 1. So I'm just out of curiosity, why would that come up in this phase?
Well, I don't think we addressed it properly, probably on the first 2 phases.
Okay.
But that's close call we had there. Wasn't bad because it was upfront, but if that same thing had occurred on the back half of the property.
And we can talk about the inverter situation, because it's a little bit different now.
Yes, sir, for the record, your name?
Doug Faze with Carmina Wood Design. So the way the solar arrays are designed now, all the inverters are at the equipment pad at the front gate. There are no longer inverters throughout the site, and that is the only thing that will catch fire. So, and the reason why the panels were on fire the last time, because the inverters used to be
Underneath it.
right. They are no longer there. Everything is right at the pad, and that pad's right by the road. Very easy access for the fire department.
Also, for the record, that situation we had last summer was a manufacturer defect from the inverters. All those inverters in the first phase were changed out, not just the one that was damaged, but all of them.
Yeah. So I'm understanding this correctly, there's little to no chance that the actual panels would catch fire or any of the wire or anything?
Correct. Yeah, it's all low voltage wiring from the panels up to the equipment pad. That's where everything happens, the change from the voltage.
Which, if you guys do a comment letter on the application and want to put that in there, we'll address that formally.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then the only other thing that we talked about was the road going into this new section. Obviously, the road that you had repaired for us is way better.
Sure.
Appreciate that. Could you elaborate on what you're going to do to this one? If you're going to be making it better than what we've already got, what are you planning on doing there?
Sorry.
So, I mean, if the village is happy with the way the road was redesigned for Broadway 1, Broadway 2, we would do something similar. Because we also need to stay within the DEC regulations for
Yeah, for
solar.
the water.
Right,
infiltration.
yeah, so I believe that what we came up with on the top layer is a smaller set of stone, which gives a little more structural integrity to the road. I've driven on the old road in my minivan, and it's not fun to do, so I understand much bigger,
Yeah.
fire truck, so from what I understand, the village was happy with the changes that we made, and we plan on doing the same thing, and it is a much shorter road, phase 3.
Are you happy with that, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, it, for the most part, answers a lot of my questions. We just gotta get that hands-on training.
Sure.
Yeah.
That stone base, you're saying you're using a finer stone on the top of it?
Correct.
Is the base like a crusher run base?
Yeah, right, and the crusher is nice because it makes a little more compact form, but it still allows the water to penetrate through. Labella did a intense study on how water will go through, all technical stuff. I don't even understand it, but yes, and from what I've read, it gives more structural integrity to the road, still allows the water to go through, so it kind of hits all those points. And again, this road is much shorter, so.
Okay, thank you. That's all from me.
Kate, anything?
Yeah, I'm thinking. I guess my only question would be, because, oh, never mind, I answered it myself. No, nothing from me.
Okay, fire department, chief again?
No, Don pretty much asked the questions, some of the questions I was gonna ask, and these gentlemen answered them, so. I'm good.
You're okay with those inverters? The inverters are up front.
Yeah, I mean, as long as,
That's
you
no
know, the whole point was just if we got a fire towards the back of the property, getting water back there would be a challenge. So that was the issue. And
If you
until,
still want to put that in the comment, are we going to?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was thinking, you know, if anything, maybe, there's nothing to say we still couldn't have some sort of fire back there, with the fields and everything else like that back there. That could end up starting the panels on fire, right? I mean, I know it's
Lightning strike, something like that.
it's a what if, right, and a far-fetched, but if there's that potential, you know, I'd like to maybe plan for it and be proactive, not reactive. You know, so I don't know if there's a possibility of putting a retention pond with get a discussion about putting a retention pond with a dry hydrant or something like that.
Problem with the retention pond is we can't dig into.
Oh, that's right, that's right. So a dry hydrant wouldn't work, and yeah, I think we're kind of stuck with what we're stuck with, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm good.
Anything else, Chief?
No, I'm good, Chairman.
Was there anything from engineering?
The only thing Mr. Wetzel commented was about the ballast system. So his comment states, "The drawings reference a ballast system so as not to penetrate the existing landfill liner, but the engineering report doesn't reference this support system. How can the ground surface below the panels be well-established vegetative cover per page 2 if there is a concrete pad beneath them?" So I guess if you-
So the valves will be the baskets.
Yeah.
Right, and we'll address that directly with Nussbaumer and
Perfect.
response letter. And change the language in our report, so it's all covered.
Thank you.
Okay. Are there any public concerns or comments? Okay, with that, a motion would be in order.
I, Member Matuzak, make a motion, make a recommendation to the village board to accept the site plans as submitted with the following stipulations. 1, the property roads must be plowed after 3 inches of snowfall. 2, the grass must be cut when it reaches 10 inches. And 3, the Depew Fire Department must have hands-on training on the site.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
On a motion by Member Matuzak, seconded by Member Spencer, to make a recommendation to the village board to accept the site plan, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Member Soha?
Yes.
Member Matuzak?
Yes.
Member Spencer?
Yes.
Chairman Machewski?
Yes. 4 yes, motion's carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is for the property located at 5636 Transit Road. We're not going to read the entire legal notice, just the matters to be reviewed.
5636 Transit Road, application submitted by Callbacks, Inc. on behalf of United Materials of 5636 Transit Road, Depew, New York. They are requesting the following: site plan approval for the purpose of operating a ready-mix concrete batching plant and associated office facilities. The zoning for this property is M1 Light Industry District.
Thank you. Who's here representing the project? Gentlemen, if for the record, state your name and your relationship to the project, please.
Good evening, everybody. Christopher Strang with Callbacks Construction, and I'm here with
Brian Kirschmeyer, the Vice President of United Materials.
Thank you, gentlemen. Could you give the board an overview of what you're proposing?
Yeah, so we're currently operating in Lancaster on Pavement Road, and our office is on Walden in the village of Depew. We're looking to combine both. We're moving from the Lancaster facility to this location, which I used to work at back in the 80s and 90s when it was Pine Hill Concrete. So I'm kind of going back home a little bit, but we're going to put up a ready-mix batch plant there, and we're going to have our main office, our headquarters, for our Western New York division at that location as well.
So you're looking at moving off the Walden Avenue?
Yes, yeah, we're currently leasing that through Uniland. Our lease is up, and we would prefer to combine both locations, both the office and the batch plant at that one property.
Okay. Is this going to be a brand-new facility?
Yes, actually, the plant's already sitting on the ground. It's been there for a few months, but ready to, we wanted to jump on that, get that here. So we plan on, putting the foundations in, getting that plant up, and hopefully running sometime in 27 or 28.
How many vehicles, when I say vehicles, I'm talking about the actual...
So we're going to have about 25 ready-mix trucks there, as opposed to when I worked there before, it was 80. So I don't know if you are too familiar with Western New York, but certainly construction and concrete volume has gone down drastically since about 2006. So we currently have 4 other operations. So this one here is a much more modern, it's actually a central mix plant, so all the mixing is done right there on the property. The trucks become really just a delivery unit. And there's no need for massive amount of trucks due to some of those efficiencies that we gain with the new production.
So again, you said you were there in the 80s and
Yes.
90s.
Yes.
And it used to be a challenge sometimes with those trucks
Sure.
pulling out of that onto Transit Road.
Yep.
Have you guys, your engineering firm, anybody contacted the DOT about that?
We actually met with the DOT through Senator Gallivan at one, or it was somebody from his office. And again, they were not opposed. We talked about the possibility of a blinking yellow light for, truck traffic, truck entrance, that type of stuff. But at this point, we haven't gone any further until we, have the approvals to go ahead and start setting up.
Okay. Are you purchasing or have you purchased the property?
No, we have a long-term lease with an option to purchase.
And does Paul Marinaccio still own that property?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and there is I believe an estoppel that he signed that he approves everything that we're doing.
Okay. One of the things going through your seeker on number 20 of the hazmat, I know there was a situation there, and you may have been gone already. I think it was late 90s or around 2000.
With Pine Hill,
Yes,
it wasn't a hazmat, it was a DEC issue.
right.
Yes, yes, I was there.
Okay, yeah, and I happened to be there. I was working for the village at that time.
Scared the living daylights out of me, yes.
That is all obviously.
Oh, yeah, that's gone completely. And one of you'll see on the site plan there, and we would certainly be submitting, is there's a wash pit that we have at all our other facilities. So we contain that water, we treat all that water, nothing leaves the property. We have all that contained, and we treat that and use it for dust suppression and other sorts.
Okay, what about the silos that are there?
The silos, we haven't really decided what to do with them yet. There is the potential, obviously, of using them. And there's also the potential of taking them down. So we haven't really decided what, it's not part of our initial plan at this point, but
Okay.
you want the Village of Depew, we love Depew on there or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially code enforcement.
Let's open up to questions from the board.
I did want to end your question about traffic, okay? So some of the things that we've talked about is all of our incoming materials would come from Walden, all right? So they would only make the right into the property. When those vehicles, and we're talking about our raw materials, when those vehicles are empty, they will make a right-hand turn onto Walden and go towards Broadway. The only thing I'm not going to promise you is that every one of our ready-mix trucks will make a right. If we're making deliveries that have to go to the north or so like that, then we're to the north, we'll obviously be making a left. But the efficiencies that we save in time of batching and mixing and producing the concrete, I could sit at that driveway for 10 minutes and still be 3 times better than what I was with some of our older facilities.
Yeah, well, I think your mixed trucks with the new technology, with the automatic
They are,
transmissions.
yes,
I
they
mean,
are.
those
Every single
Pine-
truck of ours is.
Yeah, the
is-
Pine Hill
yes.
trucks with their Eaton Fueler
Those whites,
transmissions,
those
yes,
Diamond Rios were a little slow.
yes.
Yes.
Questions from the board?
Are you gonna be doing any fleet maintenance there in your vehicles?
Yeah, well, there's a current garage there now, and we'll be using that as our garage.
Any other?
You're still going to own the Lancaster plant?
No, the Lancaster plant, we're gonna eventually put up for sale after we move, and, I don't know if you're familiar with it, there's a lot of residents. They just sold the property across from us, and they've zoned 10 multi-million-dollar lots. Not a neighbor that really appreciates what we do. Coming back to this property, with railroad tracks on both sides, and I think we're in a much better position for the community and for ourselves.
Where does the product coming in, you said it's going to come off Walden and make it right off on Transit, where is that product coming from?
Well, we buy, most of our crushed stone comes from County Line Stone in Akron. Our sand and gravels come from the south, Freedom or Machias, or, from that location, and then our cementitious products come from downtown Buffalo.
Cementitious.
Yes.
There's your word for the day. Wow. I like that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? We'll move on to legal. Sam?
I'm not sure if you heard in our pre-board meeting, when we were looking at your seeker submission, On number 17, you indicated stormwater discharges will flow to adjacent properties?
No, that should not be that,
Okay.
because it is.
It's the opposite of that.
Exactly.
It does say, and it contradicts it, says railway drainage off-site.
Yeah.
Which indicates
Yeah.
it's not. So we'll call that a Scribner's error. Check no. You also said, okay, great. And then, did you have one other thing on the secret that you found?
We did.
Yeah,
The
question
20, the hazard.
Number 20.
has-
Yeah,
We already dealt with that,
Yep.
right? Okay, that is it from me.
I do got to back up and say, yes, that was a very interesting,
It was. It was.
the way that whole morning started was very interesting.
I mean, not to.
Well, the DEC ended up we had we thought actually one of our drivers killed somebody or something because they stopped the flow of production, they stopped all the trucks, they raided the office, DEC, state police, FBI, everybody. What had happened was prior management, there was a wash area, not a pit. It wasn't a lined pit, it was a pond more than anything. And there was a discharge line in that pond area that went right to the creek. And there were some signs of some overflow discharge or something, and they thought, that we might be willfully doing that, and that was years prior, it had been capped, but there were some issues there, so it all got cleaned up.
Code enforcement, Don, Kate?
Are we going to request a traffic study?
Engineering is requesting a traffic study,
Okay.
to be specific. The location of this parcel being at a particularly confined 4-lane wide stretch of transit road with limited visibility warrants a site-specific traffic study be performed. And that's per Nussbaumer and Clark.
And also, we should probably get the state's,
A written,
something from the state, with their comments also.
yes.
Is that something that's done on, I don't believe that was done in the past with some of the, Marinaccio's operations and,
Well, anytime
Anybody else?
you're within 500 feet of a state or county road, you have to get the submission from them if they have any comments. So you've already met with them, so it really shouldn't be a big deal, but they just sent something to my office saying that they want to know everything going on. It's my responsibility to let them know, so.
okay.
Anything else?
No, just this has kind of been a long time coming. I know
Yes.
that this was originally supposed to happen, pre-winter even.
When you're a big company, it takes a while to get money.
Yeah, yeah, so, I'm just, happy to see it come to fruition.
Yeah,
finally.
As are
we'll do
we.
anything we can to help you
Yeah.
move this along.
We're excited about the location and, we've been in this industry for many, many years and we supply concrete to pretty much every different facet, whether it's DOT or residential or commercial, and we'd like to see it.
One thing I'm kind of bringing up now that I'm thinking about it, whenever we have any really large rainfalls, the amount of water that pours off that site, I'm worried about maybe possibly contamination running down, into the DIs. Is there something that you're gonna do to try to mitigate that?
Yeah, we're constructed with Great Lakes Environmental, so we'll definitely be doing a complete plan because we don't want water runoff. We don't have it in any of our other sites and we're not gonna want it here. So yes, there will be a plan put together as far as how we're gonna maintain it.
Are there already drainage troughs up there?
Yeah, but
Yes.
when it rains, it
Well, yeah, I
overruns
mean,
that whole
it-
thing.
It was
Yes,
closed
there
not
are.
that long ago.
Yes, and now there's a lovely hump in the road.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
amount of water that
Not
sheds off of
concrete,
that site is
I
just,
was gonna say something.
A lovely hump in the road.
Oh, yeah, yeah. that's-
Yeah, there is.
That's
Kate,
not-
is there anything else from engineering?
No, nope, that was it.
Okay, we'll move on to the fire department, chief.
Nothing from me, Chairman Mancheski.
Okay,
We would love to do some confined space training with you too, once we're there.
We'd love to do that, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'd like to get on
We
there.
do it at Niagara Falls Air Base and we've done it at some other places.
I'd
We'd
like to
love
do a walkthrough of the facility and everything like that.
Yeah.
Once you guys get up and running and get pre-plans and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. So if we do have to come up there for any reason, that we're prepared to help you guys as much as we possibly can.
Great.
Are there any public concerns or comments?
So I guess my question for code is, are we getting an instruction to the board from engineering to not approve this until there's a traffic study? Or are they just saying they'd like to see one?
Well, I'm gonna go with Joe's language here, because he says it warrants a site-specific traffic study be performed. I know that the traffic up there is a concern for the mayor. He's mentioned it multiple times. I know that he would also love to see a traffic study performed. Unless, of course, there's some alternate in and out pattern that would appease him. That's really all I got.
I would honestly suggest either tabling it or just call this a concept right this moment until we get that
Till we
study and
get
we get the DOT.
Right, it's also
Comments?
significant to note that this is an advisory board. The village board has final say. So the mayor gets it, doesn't see a traffic study. You don't know how all the trustees feel. He's only one vote, but it's probably a good idea to make sure this goes smoothly. So,
Yeah, and I think we've gotten
Up to it.
support from the mayor in the conversations we had, so I don't necessarily think that that's a major problem. You know, obviously, as you said, we've been at this for a long time, and, you know, we obviously don't want to delay too much, but if there's something we can do to appease their concerns or questions, but, you know, yes, we certainly don't want to be handcuffed and say you can only make a right there. I think we'd be the only person on that street that is told they can only go one way, right? So
wonder, could
we
we-
certainly don't want that.
could we make it a condition of approval if they supplement with a traffic study?
That's what my question to you was going to be.
Oh, no, you need a lawyer. Well, I mean, the answer is
Palumbo
yes, but
left,
the
so-
problem is if the traffic study shows something concerning,
Then we have an issue.
you know, it would have to be revisited. I think the best procedural thing to do is approve concept, if that's how the board wants to vote. Have you guys come back next month with a traffic study, get full approval, and do it that way. I think doing it the right way first saves you time in the long run. But I'm not a voting member, it's up to the board. So-
Okay. Well, first things first, we do have to go through the seeker. So the name of the project is additions to United Materials. The project location is 5636 Transit Road, the Village of Depew. The description is a proposed 3,000 square foot, one-story addition, central concrete plant and truck wash structures on a previously developed 5.88 acre facility. Name of the applicant, United Materials.
Just for the
Address,
record, it's actually VCNA, United Materials.
Okay.
Just to make sure that that's.
The address is 3374 Walden Avenue, Suite 120, Depew, New York. Number one, does the proposed action only involve the legislative adoption of a plan, local law, ordinance, administrative rule, or regulation? No. Number two, does the proposed action require permit, approval, or funding from any other government agency? No. Number three, total acreage of the site of the proposed action, 5.88 acres. B, total acres to be physically disturbed, 0.60 acres. C, total acreage owned or controlled by the applicant or project sponsor, 5.88 acres. Number four, check all land uses that occur on or adjoining or near the proposed action, industrial, commercial, other specified railways, power utility corridor. Number five is the proposed action. A, permitted use under the zoning regulation. Yes. B, consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan. Yes. Number six, is the proposed action consistent with the predominant character of existing built or natural landscape? Yes. Number seven, is the site of the proposed action located in or does it adjoin a state-listed critical environment area? No. Number eight, A, will the proposed action result in a substantial increase in traffic above present levels? No. B, Are public transportation services available at or near the site of the proposed action? No. C, are any pedestrian accommodation or bicycle routes available on or near the site of the proposed action? Yes. Number 9, does the proposed action meet or exceed the state energy code requirements? Yes. And you guys referred that to the architectural drawings. Number 10, will the proposed action connect to an existing public-private water supply? Yes. Will the proposed action connect to an existing wastewater utilities? Yes. Number 12, does the project site contain or is substantially contiguous to a building, archaeological site, or district which is listed on the National or State Register of Historic Places, or that has been determined by the Commissioner of the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation to be eligible for listing on the State Register of Historic Places? No. B, is the project site or any portion of it located in or adjacent to an area designated as sensitive for archaeological sites on the New York State Historic Preservation Office Archaeological Site Inventory? No. Number 13, does any portion of the site of the proposed action or lands adjoining the proposed action contain wetlands or other water bodies regulated by a federal, state, or local agency? No. B, would the proposed action physically alter or encroach into any existing wetland or water body? No. Number 14, identify the typical habitats that occur on or are likely to be found on the project site. Suburban. Number 15, does the site of the proposed action contain any species of animal or associated habitats listed by the state or federal government as threatened or endangered? No. Number 16, is the site located in the 100-year flood plan? No. Number 17, will the proposed action create stormwater discharge either from point or non-point sources? A, will stormwater discharge flow to adjacent properties? And we did correct that one.
Thank you.
And B, will stormwater discharges be directed to the established conveyance system? If yes, described as yes, railway drainage off-site. 18, does the proposed action include construction or other activities that will result in the impoundment of water or other liquids? No. Number 19, has the site of the proposed action or adjoining property been the location of an active or closed solid waste management facility? No. Number 20, has the site of the proposed action or adjoining property been the subject of remediation, ongoing or completed for hazardous waste? And you did check off yes, and you explained that. So, any comments on the seeker?
No.
Okay. We would need a motion to make a recommendation to the village board as the lead agency to accept the seeker.
I'll make that motion with the conditions, or I don't have the speech, what do you say, accept as presented, concept plan.
We're going to do the seeker
Just doing the
first.
secret
Oh,
first.
it's just,
It's been a long day. I hear ya. Sorry.
Are you making a motion for the seeker?
Yes, I am, yes.
Okay.
yes.
Motion by member Soha. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by member Matuzak to make a recommendation to the village board as the lead agency to accept the seeker. We have a roll call vote, please.
Member Soha?
Yes.
Member Matuzak?
Yes?
Member Spencer?
Yes.
Chairman Machewski?
Yes, 4 yes, motion's carried. Now we would move on to a motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the proposed concept plan. Okay with that? With the following two stipulations, that the runoff is mitigated from the property and that there is a traffic study completed.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Isn't that with a traffic study, a DOT?
That's the DOT comments.
Comments.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
On a motion by member Saw, seconded by member Matuzak, to make a recommendation to the village board to accept this as a concept submittal pending the traffic study, and the state DOT comments. Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Member Soha?
Yes.
Member Matuzak?
Yes.
Member Spencer?
Yes.
Chairman Maciejewski?
Yes, 4 yes, motion's carried. Yeah, good luck if you can get that back as soon as possible. Shouldn't be any problems.
Great. Look
Thank
forward
you.
to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, items 3 and 4 kind of piggyback each other for the property at 6292 Transit and 6300 Transit. You have the descriptions, please.
Do you want to put that in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. 6300 Transit Road, application submitted by Matthew Naparella of Naparella Consulting on behalf of Isaac Development LLC for property located at 6300 Transit Road, Depew, New York. They are requesting the following: a special use permit for operation of a gas station within a C2 zone. The zoning for this property is C2 Shopping Center District. 6292 Transit Road, application submitted by Matthew Naparella of Naparella Consulting on behalf of Isaac Development LLC for property located at 6292 Transit Road, Depew, New York. They are requesting the following: final site plan approval for the construction and operation of a convenience store and gas station. The zoning for this property is C2 Shopping Center District.
Okay, who's here representing the project? If you could come forward, and state your name and your relationship to the project, please.
My name is John Bissett with Naparella Consulting, and I am one of the design engineers that helped on this project.
Could you give us an overview? I mean, this board has already granted the concept.
Yeah, so I'll kind of hit the big ticket items. The project is going to be on a currently vacant piece of land that has some gravel pavement on it. We're looking to take that up and install a fuel canopy with 4 fueling islands. Each of those will have 2 pumps. We're also looking to install 2 15,000 gallon underground fuel storage tanks, a concrete dumpster pad and enclosure, a 8-foot stockade fence to screen the project from the neighbors to the west there. And then it's also going to be an annexation of a portion of the existing building at 6300 Transit Road to act as a convenience store to support that gas.
So when it came in for the concept, one of the concerns was any comments from the DOT. Have you guys gotten anything from DOT?
We have not started that process yet. We know we will because we do have some work within there right away. We also have a proposed stormwater discharge into one of their catch basins right off of Transit Road. So we know we need to go down there. Typically, that's going to be a utility highway work permit.
Okay, on your seeker, under number 17, which is the same thing as the previous one, under A, you had checked off, will stormwater discharge flow to adjacent properties?
Yes, so we are under an acre here. The property itself is only 0.94 acres. So we're not required to do a SWIP or anything. We do have a water quality unit to try and capture water running out from underneath that fuel canopy, as well as to capture some of the canopy itself, treat that before discharging to the state DOT. But the property itself right now, sheet flows from north to south. There's not a lot we can do to mitigate that. What we do have proposed is a level spreader at the south end of our pavement. It's about 6 inches deep. It should gather any water, so it's not point discharging directly onto our neighbors. It's leaving the property in more of a natural sheet flow as in existing conditions.
I agree with you with the property, because I live nearby, and trying to do some things sometimes is very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, we would unfortunately be fighting gravity to get back up to the drainage.
Okay, that's all I got. Any questions for the board? No? Legal, Sam?
I was a little surprised to see this back so quickly without a traffic study or any of the other reports we thought. But, you know, I'm not a engineer or building department representative, so I'll defer to them. I think legally, everything's here. I don't have any issue with it.
Don, Kate?
We went back into the office go through some emails to see if we had any sort of comment from DOT regarding this project, and we had none. With it being on Transit Road, I do think it's necessary.
Yeah, we'll have to get some, we'll have to go by the recommendations whatever the state comes up with. Is there anything else from the engineer on there that?
The only thing from engineering was, Mr. Wetzel said, doing detailed review of site utilities. I would like to request more information on the water quality unit, Arcadia by ADS, including maintenance requirements.
So we can include that in our response to the engineer himself, but the ADS unit, we do quite a few gas stations. It's a pretty standard oil water separator unit that also acts as a sediment sump. So, you know, all of that fuel runoff coming out from under the canopy, we're capturing it, we're giving it a chance to separate from the stormwater before discharging it. And then as far as maintenance goes, I believe it's either a bi-yearly or a yearly inspection, and then they come out with a truck, suck up any sort of sediment that comes up from that. And then for utilities, they're going to, as part of the annexation, subdivide the utilities within the building itself instead of running new lines from the right-of-way into the building.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You'll be combining these two properties, I gather?
I believe he'll be keeping them separate. The business itself will be at 300 with the fuel canopy at 6292. Unfortunately, Brad can't be here tonight. I can't necessarily answer to that, but it will be, for all intents and purposes, a separate Herbal IQ that's there now.
It's just that the tricky part about this is how can you have two portions of one business on two different parcels? I guess
Is
what
there a
I'm
reason
going.
why he wouldn't want to combine them?
Again, I unfortunately can't speak to that. I can only speak to the site
I've
design
talked to Brad
itself.
quite a few times. We've discussed him combining the parcels, and he doesn't seem opposed to it. I think maybe we're gonna have to have that conversation again.
Understood.
I think it actually should be a stipulation of the approval to combine those,
I
unless
think it really has to be.
yeah, it'd be difficult to separate those if we have issues concerning one or both of those properties.
Yeah,
Depending on what it is, citing, let's say, the gas station portion of it, I think we'd want that as a stipulation.
Understood. And my understanding is from Brad that that wouldn't necessarily be an issue. To your point, exactly. If he ever tried to sell that, then he has part of a gas station that he's trying to sell
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And they're
Yeah.
interconnected with electric and whatever.
Even for county tax purposes, I mean, if a portion of the store, if the store is on this parcel and the fuel pumps are here, like which parcel do you send the tax bill to?
Or them separately. But, so I don't have a problem with anything else that we've seen so far. So I don't, if you approve it tonight with the stipulation of, you know, whatever the state comes back with their requirements, you know, we'd be okay with.
And combining the
Including-
parcel.
Including but not limited to the state saying you can't do this here.
Yeah, if they come back with that, then. that's
Just want to be clear, an approval would be a nullity in that situation. You have to go back to the drawing board. I don't think that would happen, but
No, absolutely. And we know, you know, we try to take each step at a time, not necessarily try to do everything all at once, because the last thing we want to do is go back and forth while we're in the middle of each process. But getting that approval and permitting straightened out would be a huge part of getting this going.
Anything else? Building?
Nope.
Fire department, chief?
Fire Chairman Maciejewski.
I'm seeing public concerns or comments. Have none. So we do have to do two separate votes here. One will be for the special use permit first. So a motion would be in order for the special use permit. Anybody?
I, Member Matuzak, make a motion, make a recommendation to the village board to accept the, or approve the special use permit for operation of a gas station within the C2 zone.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
On a motion by member Matuzak, seconded by member Soha, to make a recommendation to the village board to approve the special use permit for 6300 Transit Road. Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Member
Say the
Soha.
stipulations first, or no?
Well, that would probably go under the, on
Under
the
one.
Okay,
concept.
just making
This
sure.
is just a special use permit.
Member Soha.
Yes.
Member Matuzak.
Yes.
Member Spencer. Chairman Machewski.
Yes, 4 yes, that motion is carried. Now we will move on to the final site plan approval for 6292 Transit Road.
Isn't that just going to be a concept approval though at this point?
We already did a concept.
Yeah, no, so we're approving with the stipulations if you want.
Oh, and we can do, okay. I make a motion, make a recommendation to the village board to accept the site plans as submitted with the following stipulations. That the parcels must be combined, that a traffic study must be done with the state DOT, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
On a motion by member Matuzak, seconded by member Spencer, to make a recommendation to the village board to accept the final site plan with the stipulations submitted. Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Member Soha.
Yes.
Member Matuzak.
Yes.
Member Spencer.
Yes.
Chairman Machewski.
Yes, 4 yes, motion's carried.
Thank you
So
very
yeah,
much.
if you can get that back as soon as possible, that'll,
Absolutely, yeah, we'll work with him on getting that study performed. We'll also work on getting the two parcels combined.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very
thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Good luck. With that, a motion would be in order to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Motion by member Spencer, seconded by member Soha, to adjourn the meeting at 7:52 PM. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you, everyone. Happy 4th of July.